Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwanner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of continuing our conversation with Jeff Hayzlett, the Chief Marketing Officer of Kodak. Welcome, Jeff.
Well, it's great to be here. Thank you very much.
Yesterday in your speech, you shared a wonderful story on how you cut right through the bureaucracy of Kodak. Can you repeat that for us?
Well, I'm not sure which one it is, but I've got a lot of them. I can remember one clear example where I wanted to clean the carpets in the company, and it made a major company, and we were cutting back, so people said we couldn't spend the money. And I said, well, find out how much it costs, because we got customers coming in, the carpets need to be cleaned. Come on, they haven't been done in years, so let's do it right. And they told me it was like $3,300, and that was way too much money to spend. So on Saturday, I went down to Sears, bought one of those steam cleaners, went up to the office, and I cleaned the entire carpets on the floor. And and that's my example of let's just get it done. And that's what we're doing now. At a company like Kodak, is it's fast. That's what we call it: focus, accountability, simplicity, and trust. And even if we screw up, we'll do it faster. Is kind of our mantra. But that's the change that you need to bring as a leader in the company to say, let me give you permission to change the rules.
What about your experience with marketing versus legal?
We have that. I have that all the time. That's a constant conflict. And so what it's important for them to know, and for most people to know, my job at a company like Kodak as a change agent or as the chief marketing officer is to create tension. My job is to take everybody from the center of the table to the edge of the table. And the attorney's job is to do the opposite of that. And so there's always going to be that natural tension occurs. But that doesn't mean they get the decision-making rights. They can influence, they can give advice, but in the end, I'm running the business or someone else is running the business. It's our decision. And so I've had run-ins with our legal team. Where
Give me an example.
That we've got to go through certain procedures to do a contest. And if we don't, then we're going to have to pay a fine. Well, okay, I'll pay the fine. You're going to hold me up by days, and here I am thinking the fine might be $50,000 in the back of my head, going, well, it's worth it based on what we're going to get in return. But I come to find out, after 5 days we do the contest, and the fine was $300. So it's up to a business leader to make those decisions to what risk you want to run, and to have a company that allows you to do that's a wonderful thing too.
So Jeff, help me understand on how you advise other companies to align with the prevailing revolutions that are going on in the marketplace and align their strategy with that revolution, because Kodak obviously missed the digital revolution at one point.
Yeah. Well, I think the key things for us is conditions of satisfaction, is what are we trying to drive. And in every relationship, there's a customer and a performer. And if we want to have good customers, then we've got to be great performers. So we want to align ourselves with what the objectives are of that customer is. That's the sales process, right?
Right.
It's delivering on the conditions of satisfaction.
Right.
And so that's what organizations have to do. And so even internally, organizations have to have customers and performers and line up those roles internally so that you can meet those. But it's very clear that the leadership of the team, of the whole company, needs to say, this is our strategy and this is where we're going to go.
What about collaboration? How does your company cope with the traditional silos between sales and marketing, and how do you get those two to collaborate?
In my role, I'm the person that breaks through all those silos, and our marketing organization breaks through all those silos. So that's where that communication, that trust, and healthy debate has to come out, because you need to have those good conversations. But again, it comes back to clear conditions of satisfaction. So if you have clear conditions of satisfaction, regardless of what silo you're in, you're all driving to the same thing.
How much time do you spend talking to your senior vice president of sales?
Quite a bit, actually. We kind of call ourselves two in a box. So Gustavo is the gentleman whose the role that is, and he and I, our offices are right next to each other on the same floor. We're not always there because he's on the road and I'm on the road. We're constant contact by BlackBerry and emails, but we consider ourselves very much two in a box. We make similar decisions. My marketing team sits on his leadership team, vice versa. His teams participate in our teams, and we consider it one and the same. In the end, marketing is doing nothing but delivering on sales, and that's what we want to do.
Well, you deliver magic wherever you go, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Thanks so much, and keep putting out that magazine. We love that magazine.
Yeah, and good luck with your new book. And here's a URL where you can get the book on Amazon.com.